Hi, I'm Ben from the Biodiversity Information Service for Powys and the Brecon Beacons. This video will show you some of the extra features in the LERC Wales app that you might not be aware of. This is the home screen where your records that haven't yet been uploaded to the local environmental record centres in Wales are waiting. We'll take a look at some of the features within a record. So tapping on the DAISY record there, we can see some of the information that has been put in. If you put the wrong species in, you can either delete the record and make a new one, or if you tap on the row with the species name, you can put in the correct species. If you put the record into your phone in a different place to where you actually saw it, you can move the map around, toggle out and in to get the exact location, and you can see the map in different views. So here's the satellite, you can see it as an ordnance survey, or you can see it as an open street map and zoom in and make your record in the correct location. So if I actually saw the daisy in this square here, just tap on that and it will highlight the square and change the grid reference above. If you go back to where the record is or your phone's GPS didn't locate it the first time round, if you tap on the middle symbol there, it will relocate your record to where you are at the moment. If you want to change the date, for example, you saw the daisy yesterday, you just scroll the date rows, columns here and then click OK and it will readjust the date. If you want to add a comment, type in the box here and put something in there which might be relevant. The abundance, you can either put an exact number, or if you're not quite sure, like there might have been loads and loads of daisies growing, you can click on one of the boxes with the relevant number, in this case 21 to 100. On the stage button for plants, it's not really that relevant, so I wouldn't bother filling that one in. The sex, I wouldn't really know which was a male daisy, which was a female daisy, and here you can add in any identifiers. Click the plus button if they helped you to identify what you saw. If you're going to make a lot of records in one location, you can lock in the grid reference or the location name, or you can lock in both using the padlock symbol. So if I was going to be walking around Talgar, for example, making lots of records, I could click the padlock to lock it and turn it blue, and then any records that I make in the future whilst that is locked would get the name of the location as Talgar without me having to write it in each time. And it's the same with the grid reference, I can lock that in as well. Do be careful with that and remember to unlock at the end of the day, otherwise any future records will be attributed to the locked values or names that you have just put in at the moment. If you wanted to delete a record, so I've recorded the daisy here in Talgarth, but I don't actually want to send that, it might be wrong or it's been added accidentally, you can press the row of the record and drag it to the left. So you press and drag and you'll get the delete button to the right, and if you hit delete, confirm you want to delete it, that will delete that pending record. If you wanted to delete a record that you've already uploaded and sent to the local environmental centres, record centres, then you can't do this using the app. Once that record, such as these three here, have been sent or uploaded, the only way to delete them or edit them is online on the iRecord website, or if you have a linked BizWired online recording site account, you can do that on BizWired or on iRecord, but you can only do this online. You can't actually do that on the app. You might want to add an activity to your app, and if you click on the button there, you can see that I have the Churchyard, Cemeteries and Natural Burial Grounds app, and if I tap on that, any records that I make whilst that is highlighted will be attributed to that activity and will go more directly to the relevant organisation. The default choice is no activities, and again the only way to add an activity is to go to the iRecord website, and there'll be a link on the app for you to do that, where you can go onto your computer and add an activity that way. Back to the home screen. If you come across something and you're not quite sure what it is, you can actually add a record just using a photo. So instead of adding the record using the white cross and the green button, tap on the photo button, and again you can add something there and then with the camera. Take a picture of a plant, for example, that you're not quite sure what it is, and then that will make a record using the photo rather than adding a species name. Or take a picture so it appears in your gallery, and then tap on the gallery, and here's a blackbird that I saw. I obviously know what it is, but rather than typing in the actual species name, I'm just going to make that record using the photo, and that will add a record in exactly the same way. And you can also see that the species is missing. It's in red, so just to alert me that I need to attribute the name to that photo. But that's made the record, the location and everything, so it's just a quick way of making a record using a photo rather than typing in the actual species. The menu button, quite useful information in there as well. You can log yourself out. Now, a little word of warning: if you are going to log yourself out of the LERC Wales app, it will discard or delete all the information that you've got in there, and that includes any records that are pending that you haven't sent or uploaded to us yet. So by default, the discard local data or discard all the data on your LERC Wales app button is ticked. So before you log out, if you don't want to lose the lists that you've got, untick it and then click the log out. There's also some information about the app here, and it's also where you can submit all your pending records in one go rather than doing them all individually. If you did want to clear all the saved records, so that's all the uploaded records in the uploaded list, you can do that using the remove all saved, and you can toggle on and off the different buttons here regarding grid references and showing the grid lines on your map. And you can change the language to Welsh and English. So you can use the LERC Wales app totally in Welsh, and that includes the species dictionary as well. And back one screen, and you can also find a little bit of information about the app. Look for any help. Learn about the Biological Record Centre and see who was involved in the development of this app. Going back to the home screen, we'll take a look at 6 species that are quite often recorded that do cause a little bit of confusion. So at the top of the list we have a swift. You could record swift as swifts, but then we only get the genus name rather than the genus and the species name. So even if you see a group of swifts, it's always best just to record it as a swift. If you come across wild garlic, then the name to type in, the common name to type in is ramsons. So in the app, wild garlic is known as ramsons. If you're recording the invasive Himalayan balsam, then the app has the common name as Indian balsam. And if you're going to record squirrels, then do record which species it is. Probably going to be grey squirrel, or alternatively, of course, red squirrel rather than just squirrel. And if you're going to record amphibians, rather than just recording toad, do record it as common toad, as long as it is common toad, obviously. And also the same for frog. Rather than just recording it as frog, do record it as common frog, and that way we'll get the full genus and species name rather than just the genus record. I do hope this video has given you some good information on the extra features of the app, and I hope you enjoy using the app, and we look forward to receiving your records. Thanks very much for watching.